Today I'm going to be talking to you about a match I had last night with the Marceau on the map north. We had a carrier aside, we had 5 battleships aside, a couple of cruisers aside, 3 destroyers aside, and a tier 10 submarine aside. This was a quite exciting and fun match, although it does start a little slow, so bear with me. As you can see, I'm on the left flank currently with the U-2501 on my left. Kerr first in support with an Ohio. And in our center we have the Alvo de Bezin, the Marseille, the Conqueror, the Montana, and a Nakhimov. And on our far right flank, a Shimakaze, Petro Pavlovsky, and a St. Vincent. This is perhaps one of the most toxic sort of scenarios that you'll come across in Tier 10 matches. A CV and a submarine. Sometimes 2 submarines. Alright, so we've got eyes on their Montana. There's Schlieffen, their Ohio, their Brisbane, and their Stalingrad. The good news for me is that the radar ships are elsewhere, which should allow me to cause all sorts of mischief and mayhem. There's their Sherman. Probably not a good idea to fire on him just yet, because he will return fire, and quite frankly, I have that ship, and her guns are very, very strong. But I see no reason whatsoever why I can't light up the Ohio. I am speed boosting, and so therefore a very difficult target. And getting some free fires would be a good thing. Now I'm keeping him at the very edge of my gun range because he has quite strong secondaries which he seems to have enhanced. No fires, unfortunately.
Mais le son de ma voix s'étouffe dans le rire des autres, et je crie de douleur, de fureur et de rage, et je pleure, et traîné par la foule qui s'élance et qui danse une folle farandole, je suis emporté au loin. The sub just pinged,
so I'm pretty aware of the fact that their submarine, their U-2501, is on my flank. So it's something to bear in mind. I mean, there's a very good chance he's going to like me, but we shall try and dissuade him by making him go underwater as soon as possible. But I'm approaching his ping now because the Sherman on my right has smoked up and therefore cannot get eyes on me. So we're going to try and sneak up on him. I'm lit by the submarine, who's now on the surface. Très bon. And I'm a bit premature with my depth charges. However, I do get a few shots into the little blighter. And yeah, he's submerged. Forcing a sub to submerge as a destroyer player is very important if you don't want to remain lit. And did you notice the Ohio did send a barrage my way? You really have to be on your toes in the Marceau, or any DD for that matter, if you've got a sub on your flank. Our Conqueror is pushing up. And our Ohio looks like he's moving to the other side. Hopefully to open up some sort of crossfire. That would be preferable to the way they're placed at the moment. And positioning is absolutely king in this game. If they were to split and make a triangle with me at the center, I would be very happy about this. They would be able to get a lot of damage now. There's a Sherman. Get some free damage down on him while he's moving away. Go dark. Planes from the Hakuru. Who at the moment is blissfully unaware of me. At least I like to think of that case. It looks like he's going for the Ohio. So I'm going to assist the Ohio and try and shoot a few of these little blighters down. Now, I know that the carrier knows exactly where I am now, and there's a good chance he's going to send more planes. So, from this part of the game forward, I'm going to be on my toes, expecting trouble from that direction, whilst continuing to scout this flank. And I've noticed something. Their Ohio has moved away, their Sherman is moving away, their Montana is moving away, but their submarine is right in front of me, unsupported by his team. So this is a good chance, a really good chance to get in there and depth charge this U-boat. I can't even bring myself to say it. I think submarines are ghastly. But there we are. And the Ohio again. Sorry, mate. It's just not going to work out for you. French destroyer here. Allô. Au revoir. S'il vous plaît. Can't blame him for trying, though. Can't blame him for trying. Now, one thing I've noticed about the Tier 10 subs is they are actually quite fast, and they're rarely where you think they're going to be. I was absolutely convinced that he was here. As you can see, he's to the left of me, off my port side. So there I am, merrily pattern bombing the wrong side of the ocean. However, I am still very close to his position. And so, I will continue my barrage. And I'm lit, so he's close. He's got to be on the surface. And he's not where I think he is. Where could he be? Where is he? Aha! Another ping. And there he is. There he is. We have subsign. Now we just put a few shells into him to get him to submerge. And then as soon as my depth charges are back online, I shall start unloading them. And there you are. Très bon. One Tier 10 submarine dealt with. It's very important to get the submarine alone. If there's another DD looking after his interests, or a battleship, or a cruiser, or whatever, you're going to take a considerable amount of damage whilst trying to blow him up. If that's the situation, my advice is stay away. Don't go near the sub. Don't let him light you. Go somewhere else. Keep lighting your flank if you can, but withdraw until such a time as the sub is stranded by his team. That's the time, the perfect time to strike, like I did there. Now I'm asking my teammate to get back in the Conqueror, because I don't want him pushing up that flank and then getting attacked by the carrier, the Montana, the Ohio, and the Sherman. As far as I'm concerned, he's just going to get himself sunk. It's a very important position in this game. I've also told my team I want the cap defended, as I feel that we're at a disadvantage right now. They still have pretty good control of this flank. And they're quite strong in the mid, but particularly on the right, where St. Vincent and there's St. Vincent and their Schlieffen are pushing into our St. Vincent, Petro Pavlovsky and Marseille. We have a Montana moving across to support as well, though, so I think those guys will hold. I hope they will hold. Unfortunately, we did lose our Conqueror because he was out of position and he was getting focused. And you can see the carrier is trying really hard to sink me. I'm afraid, sir, your baguettes will have no home here. More baguettes. And inevitably, because of the speed of this boat, I've hit an island. But this is of very little concern. What is of concern is that squadron of torpedo bombers on my right. So I'm putting some rudder on, I'm turning, and now I can find the gap. So I'm good to go. If you do crash into an island occasionally in a French destroyer, trust me, it's quite normal. Doing 50 plus knots across the map can catch you out sometimes. Don't panic, stay calm, and just deal with the situation as you see it. As you can see, he tried very hard to torpedo me, but failed miserably. Très bon. Now the Ohio really wants me dead, doesn't he? He won't leave me alone. So some cheeky shots over the island. Because you never know, I might get a fire. It's always worth a try. But I'm in some sort of weird battleship love nest between two Ohios. Both of their Ohios are now pushing our position. And our team is starting to fail. The other team is looking shaky as well, but they have one ship over us. We need to rectify this situation fast. One Ohio down. I do believe he's gonna... Yep. He's eaten 2 of my preemptive torps. A lucky guess on my part.
À tous les bâtiments. Demande d'appui feu.
Fire would be nice. Another fire would be nice. Come on, RNG, give me a fire. He's going to be sunk before I get a fire, isn't he? Of course. Très bon. Them's the brakes. Now, looking at the situation, we now have a one-ship advantage. And they're looking pretty shot up. As are we. Interesting. The carrier is pushing. He's trying to get a more forward position so he can launch his planes faster. And I feel obliged to punish him for it. I intend to go up the left flank of the carrier, but my friend the Sherman is there. So we'll need to deal with the Sherman first. Sherman, then carrier. And the St. Vincent knocks out the Sherman.
Provide anti-aircraft fire support.
Try not to crash into the Ohio. And now I'm going to pay a visit to the carrier.
Dans 5 minutes.
Dans cette douce souffrance dont j'ai payé toutes les offenses. Écoute comme mon cœur est immense. Je suis un enfant du monde. Je remue le ciel, le jour, la nuit. Je danse avec le temps, la pluie. Un peu d'amour,
Put an IA on.
Canons anti-aériens.
Gauge AA defense. And start shooting. Now, while you're attacking a carrier at close range, it's very important to keep half an eye on what his planes are doing. You don't want to get caught out by a lucky drop. Almost ready to launch my first set of torpedoes.
L'équipage des canons anti-aériens est en état d'alerte normal.
Keep the pressure on. And you can see by the sheer amount of torpedoes I throw his way just how much I hate CVs.
On a coulé un porte-avions ennemi.
Unless, of course, I'm playing one. That's totally different. But if I'm not playing a CV, I loathe them. And I don't play CVs very often. Just thought I'd get that out there. Okay, so it's time to capture their base. They have a Schliefflen all the way down at H10, and I really don't want to sail all the way over there just to sink him. I'm sure my team will deal with him. I'm sure our carrier will, our Nakamov will take him out of the equation before I cap. So, I've been Lone Gun. This has been Destroyer versus Southern CV in patch 12.4 World of Warships. Thank you all for watching. I'll post the stats at the end. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.
Boost des moteurs désactivé.